Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about domestic and international dimensions of monetary policy. So, are you all excited to know more about this topic? In this chapter, we have several learning objectives. To identify the key factors that influence the quantity of money that the people desire to hold, to describe how the Federal Reserve's monetary policy actions influence the market interest rates, to evaluate how the expansionary and contractionary monetary policy actions affect the equilibrium real GDP and the price level in the short run, to understand the equation of exchange and its importance in the quantity theory of money and prices. Last but not the least, to explain how the Federal Reserve have implemented the credit policy since 2008. So let's start talking about money. Our second learning objective is to describe how the Federal Reserve monetary policy actions influence the market interest rates. Now, my focus will be to explain how the Fed influences the interest rates. Fed seeks to alter consumption, investment, and total aggregate expenditure by altering the rate of growth of money supply. The Fed has four tools at its disposal as monetary actions, and it includes open market operations, changes in the reserve ratio, changes in the interest rate paid on reserves, discount rate changes. The first two tools were discussed earlier in chapter 15. The discount rate and the interest rate paid on the reserves will be discussed in the subsequent slide. Let us now consider the effect of open market operations, the tool that the Fed regularly employs on a day-to-day basis. Fed changes the amount of reserves in the banking system by purchasing and selling government bonds which is issued by US Treasury. To understand how these actions by the Fed influence the market interest rate, we have to start in an equilibrium state in which all the individuals, including the holders of bonds, are satisfied with the current situation. There is some equilibrium level of the interest rate and bond prices. Now, if the Fed wants to conduct the open market operation, it must somehow induce individuals, business, foreign residents to hold more or fewer of the US Treasury bonds. This inducement must take the form of making people better off. So, if Fed wants to buy bonds, it will have to offer to buy them at the higher price than exists in the marketplace. If Fed want to sell the bonds, it will have to offer them a lower price than it exists in the marketplace. Thus, an open market operation may cause change in the price of the bonds. Here you can see an example. You pay $1,000 for the bond that pays 50 as the coupon payment, or we can say per year in interest. Your bond yield is 50 divided by the $1,000, and that is 5%. Now suppose you pay $500 for the same bond with 50 as the interest that you are going to receive. Your bond yield will be 50 divided by 500, that gives 10%. The prevailing interest rate in the economy is now 10%. So increase in the market rate decreases the market value of your existing bonds. Please pay your attention to this figure 16.2 that shows the determination of the price of the bonds in panel A and in panel B. In panel A, the Fed offers more bonds for sale. Price drops from P1 to P2. In panel B, the Fed purchases bond, and this is equivalent of a reduction in the supply of bonds which is available for private investor to hold. The price of bonds must rise from P1 to P3 to clear the market. Thank you very much for paying attention to the lecture. Please feel free to post any questions, anything that you do not understand from this chapter, anything for which you need more clarification. Just drop me an email or message me on Canvas discussion board. Even you can use the Google Doc that I have shared with you. Learning is very important, and I'm here to help you to learn. Thank you very much.